Hi, happy holiday. Welcome to the marketplace. Coming up, the Bank of Ghana's gold reserves surges to 32.99 tons in 6 months. Also coming up, government to spend $1.4 billion next year in servicing debts owed Eurobond holders. Plus, reconstituted Financial Stability Council chaired by Bank of Ghana Governor holds maiden meeting with focus on stabilizing the financial sector and building buffers. My name is Darryl Kwao. Thanks for being with us. Details coming up. Thanks for staying with us. First up, the Bank of Ghana's gold reserves surged to 32.99 tons at the end of June 2025 from 32.16 tons in May. Here's more in this report. According to data from the Bank of Ghana, the gold reserves have risen by 8.05% since the beginning of the year to 32.99 tons. It began in 2025 at 30.53 tons and increased to 30.62 tons on January 31, 2025. It has since been rising month on month. From 8.78 tons in May 2023, the central bank reserves have been rising, contributing significantly to the stability of the cedi. The accumulation of the gold reserves has been mainly driven by the Domestic Gold Purchase Program, a policy initiative designed to strengthen foreign exchange reserves, boost investor confidence, and enhance currency stability, and create a more conducive environment for foreign direct investment and economic growth. The central bank said in an earlier communique that the gold accumulation program is an essential tool in the efforts to diversify reserve assets, reduce exposure to global financial volatility, and provide the economy with more robust buffers against external shocks. Well, joining me on Zoom, Senior Finance Lecturer at the University of Cape Coast Business School, Dr. Seram Kawo. Happy holiday to you. Thank you so much for joining us. First of all, what are the long-term implications of Ghana's consistent gold reserve accumulation through the Domestic Gold Purchase Program?
Thank you very much, Darren. Happy holiday to you. Holiday, and you are still working.
Mm-hmm.
Right. We know once the gold reserve comes on board, gold is a mainstay of the Ghanaian economy. It's the backbone of our currency that we have. And so there are three effects when there is increase in the gold reserves that we have. It will enhance economic stability in the country. Once we have enough gold reserve, it will provide us with a buffer against any external shocks that we are going to have in the country. So if crude oil prices are going up, commodity prices are shrinking over time, once we have enough gold buffer, we can use that to stabilize our economy. What is going to also happen is that there will be a control, inflationary control in our country. So you have seen that the increase of 8-point-something% in the buffer that we have, our rate of inflation has been on the decrease over time, less than 20% as we speak now. And so once we have enough buffer, what is going to happen is that the prices of items on the market are going to be slowed. The increase will not be as we have been seeing earlier on, because we're going to control for the exchange rate and the rest that would affect our economy. And so there will not be so much reliance on foreign exchange to ensure that things that we produce in our country or we import will be affected. The other implication for this is that we would have positive credit rating from our rating agencies. So our rating agencies, Standard & Poor's, and the rest are going to rate us in a flexible way. And we have seen that reflecting in our rating over the years. And once that credit rating comes in, there will be a lot of investor confidence in our economy, and that will attract foreign direct investment into the country.
You mentioned that this could be a buffer or could potentially upset external shocks. To what extent, and how can this also help reduce reliance on foreign exchange markets for the city's stability?
Yeah, so what is going to happen is that once we have enough gold, there are countries that will need the gold, and then we can sell the gold and get the foreign exchange that we want. And once we get the foreign exchange, then it's going to help us reduce the reliance on the foreign exchange market, where the prices are determined by the forces of demand and supply. And you have your own gold, you have your own money. And so once you are selling, you are not using any middle person to exchange the money, and therefore it's going to serve as a buffer in terms of the shocks that we are going to have. Because there is a reserve, it means that you are not using it. And once you are not using it, if there is any shock in the market, just as we have witnessed when US, Israel, and Iran had the issue, and then the fuel prices or crude prices were rising up on the market, we didn't feel the impact directly on us yet because we have enough reserve to cover up for the shortfall that may happen in the economy.
All right. This afternoon, we have been reporting that government will spend $1.4 billion next year in servicing debts owed Eurobond holders. I just want to find out, given the successful Eurobond debt service payments post-restructuring, how sustainable is Ghana's current external debt position in the face of rising global interest and our 2026 obligations?
Okay, so looking at the debt restructuring, which we have been talking about for a long time, the successful completion of that debt restructuring give Ghana a leeway to have some breathing space to spend money on things that we are supposed to use them for in the country. What has actually happened is that our debt burdens have reduced in terms of the haircuts that we have actually achieved, in the sense that the interest components have gone down. And once that has happened, it has now, we are talking about debt to GDP ratio around 56% by 2026. That happened, we have improved external position. So you can now expand your economy. What is also going to happen is that it reduces the debt burden, service burden on you. So you are not going to struggle so much to pay a lot of debt. In a simple term, if you are supposed to pay a debt of 100 Ghana cedis, and now your debt has reduced to around 50 Ghana cedis or 45 Ghana cedis, it means that you can easily pay that amount of money, and that will be very good for us as a country. And so the debt structuring is a positive thing, though we may have argued against it that some individuals may have suffered. But if the economy improves and things are better, and you have your money back, but in an extended period of time and with a reduced interest rate, is better than losing all the amount of money that we have. And that is also going to boost our investor confidence and attract a lot of investment in terms of foreign direct investment into the country.
The Financial Stability Council has held its maiden meeting, chaired by the Governor of the Central Bank, Dr. Johnson Isiama. How will the efforts of the Council help address the legacy issues in the financial sector, for instance, access to credit and private sector confidence in the financial sector, really?
In fact, it's very important that we have this Financial Stability Council in trying to address legacy issues in the financial sector in the country. This council is supposed to make sure that the financial sector is robust, it is able to manage the issues of fraud and other things that are happening in the financial sector. The council's effort will improve financial stability. So what are they going to do? They are going to bring some level of financial confidence in our economy. And once there is confidence and the citizens trust what you are doing, they are going to patronize your financial sector very well. And what is going to happen is that once the legacy issues are addressed, in terms of debts that are not being paid, and these debts are now being paid. The financial sector will now have enough credit that they will make available to businesses and individuals that want to do business. What will also happen is that it's going to allow borrowing rate to also reduce. And once borrowing rate reduces, it is good for us. The private sector will now have a lot of confidence in our financial sector. They will not be competing with government. And we have seen that playing out in terms of the treasury bill rate, where government is now no longer crowding out the private sector in terms of borrowing. So the banks and other deposit-taking financial institutions now have the financial muscle to borrow to the private sector, and that will go a long way to boost productivity and investment and expansion of businesses, and that will create a lot of employment in the economy.
Well, so finally, Dr. Kao, it appears the government is on course with fiscal and monetary discipline. How is that going to influence the credit ratings, also attract direct investment in the medium term?
Yeah, so we usually talk about a marriage between the fiscal discipline and the monetary policy of Ghana. And we have seen that marriage trying to work, because as a country, we have learned from our past mistakes. And so trying to boot this will attract a lot of foreign direct investment. One of them is that once you have fiscal discipline, government will live within the budget they have prepared over time. And once they are living within the budget that they have, coupled with the debt structuring that we have maintained, and making sure that we honor our debt obligations, our credit rating position will change. And once credit rating position changes, what is going to happen? Investors will now know that at the end of the day, their money, their investment, the systems in the country are working, and they will be attracted to invest in our country. We already have policies that are, such as the 24-hour economy, that has been launched within the week, and that is also going to attract a lot of investment. Again, lastly, what will happen is that it will enhance economic stability, robust gold reserves, debt restructuring, and then a stable financial system provides the avenue for government and citizens in the country to make sure that they produce, the exchange rate will be stabilized, inflation rate will come down, and then we will have employment created, and then more reserves, disposable income that we will have, and that makes the country a better place for us. What I want to add to it is that it's good government has learned from the past government, and they are trying to avoid all the mistakes that they have made in the past, and they are on course on delivering the good that the people of Ghana need.
Dr. Sarah Kao, Senior Finance Lecturer, University of Cape Coast Business School, appreciate that you made some time for us this holiday. Enjoy the rest of the day. You're watching The Marketplace here on Join Us. We're taking a short break. We will be back with some more stories. Welcome back. Board Chair of the Ghana COCO Board, Dr. Samuel Fosuampofu, says the state entity is gearing up to expand its activities, particularly at the port, as government launches its 24-hour economy. According to him, adopting the program will enhance efficiency, increase export, create employment, among other benefits to the country's economy. He was speaking during a visit to COCO Board complex in Tema.
Only yesterday, His Excellency, the President of the Republic of Ghana, His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, launched the 24-hour economy program, and among other things indicated that the Ghana ports will be one of the focal points for the 24-hour economy. And as our job is also located within the port, it means that we must start preparing ourselves to engage in the 24-hour economy process. Because if the port starts operating 24 hours, we cannot sleep while the port is operating. we need to position ourselves and ensure that we also take advantage of the 24-hour economy in order, first of all, to expand the scope of work that we do, to increase the level of efficiency. If we are exporting, for instance, and we are doing 24 hours, then it means that we use a shorter period to do the exports. And also, by so doing, when we operate a 24-hour three-shift system, definitely some employment will also be generated for other people who will come into support.
Meanwhile, Dr. Ofosu has admitted there are operational challenges which need urgent attention to enable COCO to take full advantage of the 24-hour economy.
Under the 24-hour economy, without expanding the infrastructure and facilities that we have. And so that will engage the attention of the board and management to look at the critical areas that need expansion in order for us to take full advantage of opportunities that presents to us with the introduction of this policy. All of us must embrace it. All of us must work very hard and apply ourselves to it to ensure that we derive maximum benefit out of it.
In other news, the Ghana Federation of Forest and Farm Producers, GAFAP, has urged the government to create an enabling environment that allows smallholder farmers to benefit from agri policies. The call is rooted in the challenges faced by smallholder farmers who are often vulnerable and struggle to access government social interventions. More in this report.
Addressing the fourth annual general meeting of the Ghana Federation of Forest and Farm Producers in Kumasi, Alima Sagito Said noted that with responsive policies, smallholder farmers can sustainably use forest and farm products to improve their lives and contribute to the country's economic growth and food security.
Because of issue of climate change, things now have to change. We have to do things differently. We cannot be doing things the way we need to do. So the issue of climate agricultural practices is an issue for a lot of our farmers. But you need some extra knowledge to practice it so that you can withstand you can go around the climate that is changing in terms of the amount of rainfall that we are getting and even how the rains come now.
The government has initiated programs like the Feed Ghana program, which aims at modernizing agriculture, boosting food security, and supporting Ghana's economic transformation. The Federation believes an enabling environment and implementation of supportive policies can help smallholder farmers benefit from agricultural policies.
We need government to identify the smallholder farmer, especially the small woman farmer, and do special packaging of intervention. We need the enabling environment. We need them to coordinate. A lot of the policies are disjointed, like you have climate change policies, you have the agriculture, the FASDEP and the METASI, they are all there. How are they all connecting to make sure that the woman understands the issues well?
The fourth annual meeting was held under the theme Renewed Commitment to Sustain Forest and Farm Lives, Advancing Inclusive Policy Accountability in a Change. The Forest and Farm Facility Country Coach, Sophie Growells, says the United Nations supports forest and farm producers in Ghana to improve their livelihoods.
And we have been supporting since 2019 forest and farm producer organizations in Ghana. We believe really that forest and farm producers are the change agents of rural landscapes, and without them we cannot do any restoration, not improve livelihoods. We cannot do sustainable forest management, sustainable agricultural practices. We have to work really and recognize the role of these forest and farm producers and their organizations.
Building resilience and manage natural resources sustainably through farmer-led action and policy engagement. Joseph Obin's report for Joy News.
And in response to the recent gains of the city, Broom, leading brand in home appliances and electronics, has slashed its prices by 5 to 15%. This came to light after the company opened its 27th showroom at Electromax on the Wager Kaswa Road as part of its expansion drive within the country. The showroom offers a wide range of affordable and durable products catering to the diverse needs of Ghanaian consumers. Here's more.
As the Ghanaian city continues its impressive run against major currencies, Broom, a leading brand in home appliances and electronics, has joined the list of businesses slashing prices in response to the government's plea. Some of the products which have seen significant reductions on their prices include refrigerators, washing machines, gas cookers, air conditioners, televisions, among others. According to the general manager and business lead at Somotex Ghana Limited, Shivash Srivastava, the opening of Broom's 27th showroom located at Electromax on the Wager Kaswa Road coincides with the city's impressive performance, prompting the significant price drop.
If you know it, like last 1 month, the economy and the forex is doing quite well for Ghana, and the cedi has really appreciated against dollar. So this is the time that most of the manufacturer and importers have dropped the price, and we have big price drops actually. If I can give you some quantification, it is like 5% to 15%. Price drop which is there, so, and that is applicable across all the products, so not only one is specific or two is specific. Across we have dropped the prices from 10 to 15%. Yeah.
He emphasized that Broom would not compromise on quality and affordability, ensuring customers receive the best value for their money.
Affordability and disposable income becomes one of the prime decision-making factor. So like say for example, if somebody wants to buy the QLED, somebody wants to take a LG, a high premium product, then we also have consumer finance. So we are partnered with 8 banks, major banks of Ghana, who are able to provide very easy finance, and now we are even working with some special cases. They are ready to give 0%. You know, you can just easily pay your installments in 6 equal installments, and then they are not charging you any interest. That interest, whatever processing fees is there, is being observed between us and the bank. So for the customer, he doesn't have to pay any interest.
Broom continues to solidify its presence in Ghana, offering customers a wider range of home solutions and electronics.
All right, and that's it for the Marketplace, the holiday edition. There is more news on our website, myjoyonline.com/business. Let me take you through some of the stories. Business and investor confidence improving according to the Association of Ghana Industries. Also, 24-hour economy must focus on value addition, Ghana Exporters Federation President. We've been reporting that the Bank of Ghana's gold reserves increased by 8.05% since January 1 to 32.99 tons in June. Plus, we brought you the story of the reconstituted Financial Stability Council holding its first meeting. You can read all of that on our website, myjoyonline.com/business. My name is Darryl Kwao. Thanks for watching. Enjoy the rest of your holiday.